Hello guys, you're welcome. Today we are talking about energy resources and we'll be considering renewable and non-renewable sources of energy. Renewable resources are ones that can easily be replaced after they are used up. On the other hand, non-renewable resources are those that cannot be easily replaced after they are used up. We'll be considering examples of these. First, examples of non-renewable resources includes 1. Fossil fuels. A fossil fuel is formed from decomposing plants and animals. The main advantage we want to consider is it is cheap and can be transported easily. What are some of the disadvantages of this particular source of energy? 1. Fossil fuels can pollute the environment. As a result, they contribute to greenhouse gases. And the other disadvantage is that they can be dangerous if they are not handled properly. What are the examples of non-renewable resources of energy? The other is nuclear fuels. When you talk about nuclear fuels, what comes to mind? The nucleus of an atom. So nuclear fuels are obtained from nuclear reactions. They are formed when a radioactive nuclei undergoes a split or disintegrates. Advantages: they produce no polluting gases. And the second, they are cost effective, very low fuel cost, and so they can be relied on in terms of cost. Disadvantages of nuclear fuels is that the waste is radioactive, and so safe disposal is very difficult and expensive. It might even require that burying it beneath the sea. Another one is they cannot quickly react to changes in electricity demands because some of these nuclear substances have very long half-lives, and so it takes a long time for them to disintegrate to produce fuels. We'll talk more about it when we get to atomic and nuclear physics. Some examples of renewable resources includes geothermal energy, and this is derived from within the subsurface of the earth. Water or steam carries the energy onto the earth's surface. What are some advantages? 1. It is very reliable because it is available all year long. The second one is it is cost effective when it comes to maintaining geothermal systems. Disadvantages: extraction of geothermal energy leads to the release of greenhouse gases. And the second disadvantage is that there is high initial cost for geothermal systems. Another example of a renewable source of energy is solar energy, and that we are talking about the sun. Now, this source of energy comes from the light and heat that emanates from the sun, and it can be used to produce the electricity. Advantages: 1. Is available every day, reduction in the cost of electricity bills, and solar energy systems do not require a lot of maintenance. Some disadvantages includes: 1. The initial cost of purchasing solar systems is high. Purchasing these solar panels could be expensive. The efficiency of solar systems drops on rainy days, and solar panels take up a lot of space. The other example, we have hydroelectric energy. It's a form of energy that makes use of the power of water in motion. Advantages: it is generally a reliable source of energy. It can meet electricity demands. Disadvantages: hydroelectric energy generation can disturb the natural flow of a river system, and there is initial costs that are high when it comes to building hydropower systems. What about biofuels? A biofuel is produced from plant or animal waste. It is sometimes referred to as biomass. Advantages: it produces fewer carbon emissions, it reduces our reliance on fossil fuels. Disadvantages: it requires a lot of labor to be able to produce it, and it uses land that can be used to produce food. Tidal energy, we talking about tides of the sea. Energy from tides is converted into useful forms of energy such as electricity. Advantages: it produces no carbon emissions during generation. The pattern of energy generation can be predicted based on high and low tides. And tidal power plants can produce high amounts of energy. Advantages: it is not constant because tides rise and fall, we cannot really predict them. There's scarcity of suitable location and there is high construction cost associated with this. Wind energy, windmills and wind turbines are used to harness wind to produce energy. Advantages: it has low operating cost. Wind energy is space efficient because wind turbines can be built at different places where we already have farms. Disadvantages: wind energy is intermittent, so it is not constant. Wind turbines can cause a lot of noise pollution. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next presentation.